Whale sharks.
Whale sharks eat plankton, which is a type of organisms. Whale sharks can live up to 100 to 150 years. Whale sharks are harmless towards humans. The scientific name of whale sharks is Rhinocontin typus. Whale sharks can grow up to 60 feet and is the world's largest fish.
This is the whale shark's habitat, with the exception of the Mediterranean Sea. Whale sharks can be found in all temperate and tropical oceans around the world and migrate thousands of miles to different feeding grounds.
This is the conservation status. The conservation status has 9 parts to it. Whale sharks are considered vulnerable.
It can be worth up to $5,000 for the whale shark meat. It is a big temptation towards the poachers because it has high monetary and cultural value, and also, of course, because the farmers are poor and want more money.
Scientists put monitors on sharks to understand their behavior. For example, they can know where they swim, when is their mating time, and when is their mating place, and more. Another way the scientists try to stop the illegal trade of wildlife is that they have marine biologists that study the whale shark and film it. They do that because they can educate the general public to realize how unharmful they actually are. It also tells the general public the misconception they had towards the poor sharks, and it raises awareness of how sharks are mistreated. They have been successful doing it because the marine biologists film what they are seeing and put the reporting on television.
The results of poaching the sharks is that 100 million sharks are killed every year. 64 species of the sharks are endangered. It is about $1,000 per kilogram. There are between 1.3 and 2.7 million sharks that are in the shark fin trade every year. Some shark populations have decreased by 60 to 70% by human shark fisheries.
In the Wildlife Conservation Society, which is a non-profit organization, they document the crisis and stop the killing. They stop the killing by managing protected areas. They also stop the trafficking by focusing on particular major trafficking routes. In China, they influence people to stop animal trafficking and use Chinese social media platforms to inform people about animal trafficking.
In the Wildlife Conservation Society, they influence both national and intergovernmental policy in the U.S. government's Advisory Council on the Wildlife Trafficking. They support the policy environment, combat the illegal killing, and stop the trafficking in wildlife.
In the World Wildlife Fund, which is a non-profit organization, they increase law enforcement. They push governments to protect threatened and animal populations and minimize the demand for illegal wildlife parts and products. They try encouraging others to ask questions and get the facts before buying any wildlife or plant product.
The first world issue is a cultural reason because in China, fins or meat are high in prices for the delicacy. It is in high demand and yet it has low supply. They gather the meat or fins and they either eat it or use it for ornaments like teeth, jaws, or fins.
The second world issue is global warming because of the seawater since its temperature rises. The sharks need to migrate, therefore it changes the food chain since they need to adapt to their surroundings. The sharks then would have survival issues and they won't be able to cope with the environmental changes.